let's discuss the purpose of the legion of demons. If we are to approach things from the angle of learning and healing, let us look at the different levels of consciousness which are impacted and infected and impressioned by so-called demons and so-called angels. Marcus dreHER has had 20 years now, almost 21, indulging the material physical pleasures that comes with indulging, protecting, and embracing the legion of demons secretly. You understand, the occult is secret for a reason. What you don't know will hurt you. Trust in that. I learned that the hard way. Most all of everything I've been suffering from now, I've come to learn, is because I didn't know truth. That's the reason it's important to stand with Jesus in the light of truth. Virtues of a higher nature being chaste, abnegation, humility, humbleness, balance, not overindulging yourself, stoicism. All these things are ancient philosophical constructs which help cultivate a higher-minded consciousness which elevates and synchronizes and links up with angelic beings, which helps evolve the human mind. Unfortunately, Marcos has been indulging in physical pleasures and has gotten away from Jesus Christ a very big way. Posting an article about Tinder in 2023 during the time of Lent, when he is meant to be focusing on Jesus Christ and his 40 days and 40 nights, struggling, suffering, and fighting against the demons. Marcus couldn't do it because he's indulged the demons. He's given them the right of way to his life by making them his false idols and in making them his engraven images, by keeping them secret. And all these people around him he brought into his secret world and shared with them. Who? Me. She who shall not be named. Marcus dreHER's first wife, where he acquired all the demons, like picking the apple without none of the work. I was put through the trauma. I was abused. I acquired the demons. He was cursed with them. Or did he come and seek them out? Because I spoke to him about the demons. I was in college getting my bachelor's degree. I graduated with honors in psychology. I am an alumni of Psychi, the Honor Society of Psychology. Now look at me. I'm homeless. Ha ha. In Tucson, Arizona. And Pennsylvania. And New Jersey. I'm not hopeless, and I'm not helpless. And I could have been in a shelter, but I chose my freedom because I wanted to make these videos and serve the Lord and indulge these things that I can't do when I'm under lock and key 16 hours a day. A lot of the shelters require you to be indoors by 4 o'clock. And in some of them, like the one I was going to be at, was going to take away my electronic devices from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. That's 4 p.m. to 8 a.m. That's 16 hours of 24 hours that you're locked down. That is like probation and a halfway house for someone coming out of jail is what that is, if you look at the constructs. Speaking of construct, the Disturbing Revelations channel has now been put in effect because there's a lot of things, even when Marcos comes back, that we need to discuss that are disturbing revelations. Not just what I've uncovered about myself this past year. I've also uncovered the death of many people that are enmeshed in this occult war. We are in the end of days, and a lot of people don't seem to realize the war is going on right in front of their face. One of the last comments my daughter made during our last conversation was, Mom, I know Jesus exists, these gods exist, I know God exists, I know Jesus exists, I know these angels and demons exist, but really, Mom, not all demons are bad. Well, that's how Marcos got where he is. That's why he's threatening to see me personally set in jail, so he says, and why he has endeavored to turn his back on me and let me be obliterated this past year, so the whole world can see what happens when you serve Jesus Christ individually and you're not part of a group. You see, I don't serve humans. I serve the Lord, and I serve angels. I don't have the resources Marcos has. I don't have the mentors, the backing. I mean, he's going to a Catholic college getting his accounting degree right now, even though he says evil and black magic is to appease my own mind, and he's partaking in evil, and he's embracing demons and hiding them. He has no problem using Jesus Christ Catholic Church and Catholic University to get himself a degree, a second degree. I've sent commentary to the boss of his company, to Irena. I'm not even bothering with Marina because she's a small fry. I mean, you gotta understand, he's been playing this game for 21 years now. The demons have him dressing up like my ex-husband Tony Fish when I overdosed from cocaine, and he was gonna leave me to die. And Mandy swooped in and got my house. Mandy rushed in, true to her name, and took my house, and I let her have it all. It didn't mean anything. It was my death. I died there, and I found Jesus there. And Marcos doesn't seem to understand that I don't care. My kid's gone. Marcos helped destroy my child's mind, and he helped destroy my life. And the Lord will make him pay for this, and he will eventually stand by my side and expose the truth about all this occult stuff and educate the world and help people understand that you can't stop this from happening. You can only overcome it. You can't dumb down society. You have to over-educate society so you can evolve, okay? The end of days, which we are now in, is the end of the age of Pisces and the beginning of the age of Aquarius, the age of angels, the age of reckoning, the age of truth and knowledge. And it's also the new golden age. But the only way that can happen is if people embrace virtues and embrace the angels and advance their consciousness. The Lord brought me to Marcos to help him understand there's these levels of consciousness which must be discussed and must be overcome. Psychology must breach the gap of soul and spirit and embrace the fact that we are eternal beings. And even though this flesh ceases to exist, our mind and our consciousness does go on. Not for all of us, but for some of us who evolve to that point. And the further we are advanced and enmeshed within God consciousness benevolently, the more we will endeavor to strive to evolve as a sentient being, like Enoch evolved and become Archangel Metatron. These things are stories, but they are truth, and there is much wisdom to be had. And if you do not embrace the past, you are doomed to repeat it. So I don't know, but we are at another almost 10-minute video, and I'm trying to get used to my public displays because they're not going to end. I don't know how far-reaching this is going to go, but I know Ganesha has worked very hard to help me stand strong with removing obstacles of lies and malevolence. So I will do what I can for the Lord and the benevolent powers that be, because all these things know their place due to their consciousness being evolved. And if we do not help the human race evolve their consciousness and understand the demons and understand the devils we made, which are separate from the demons. And until Marcos steps up and says, yeah, we did some stuff and we need to talk about it publicly, you cannot avoid knowledge. You cannot destroy knowledge and limit it. Free knowledge is what perpetuates life and makes the world go round. I've said this to Marcos from the very beginning with my email, Freaking Wild Girl. Free knowledge without, the O and the E and stuff. It's a Freudian slip test. I was very sad to learn what's happened. I do not regret my life. I do regret allowing Marcos to beguile me and lie to me and trusting him. I regret trusting Marcos dreHER because he's not an abused orphan and he was sent to me, and I don't know why, and he has to tell the truth. Why did he lie about being an orphan and never tell me about his family? And why has Marcos been doing this to me for over 20 years? And when is he going to return to Jesus Christ and expose these demons in the light of day and tell the truth and expose all these people for who they truly are and help bring in the new age and help stand with Jesus instead of destroying mankind? When are you going to tell the truth, ex-husband, old best friend of mine? We have a lot of work to do. You and me and our minds with Jesus, and the angels are waiting for you, because only through me shall you get your soul back and your daughter's soul, and only through me shall you come to understand the angels, just like only through me was you able to acquire those demons and be cursed with them and do what you've done now. And only through me and embracing me will you co-join with and link up with angels and understand what that brings to the table as well. Okay? So, it's time to be the big boy that you are. Secret Avenger, you're not. You're not of Christ. Get it straight.